Work-life balance. It's something we hear about all the time, but so many people find it hard to achieve. Studies show that most professionals are struggling to find this balance, and it affects both their work and personal lives. Hello, welcome to the Speak English Fluently channel. Today, you'll not only learn how to talk about work-life balance, but also some useful English words to improve your vocabulary. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tips on speaking English fluently. Now, let's dive into a conversation between John and Emily.
Hey Emily, you look really calm today. Have you been practicing some new work-life balance techniques?
Hey John, yes, I've been working hard on improving my balance. You know, it's so important to find an equilibrium between work and personal life. By the way, do you know what equilibrium means?
I sure do. Equilibrium is a state of balance. It's when things are in perfect harmony. For example, you could say, I'm trying to maintain equilibrium between my career and my hobbies.
Exactly. It's about finding that sweet spot where you can enjoy work but still have time for yourself. I've also been setting clear boundaries. Do you know what boundaries are, John?
Absolutely. Boundaries are limits that we set to protect our time, energy, and emotional well-being. For example, I set boundaries by not answering work emails after 6 p.m. It helps you stay in control of your life.
That's such a good point. I've been learning to say no more often at work to protect my personal time. Speaking of which, do you know what the word assertive means?
Oh, assertive is a great word. It means being confident and direct about what you need or want without being rude. Like, being assertive with my boss has helped me reduce my workload.
Yes, exactly. We need to be assertive to avoid overloading ourselves. You know, too much work can lead to burnout. Do you know what burnout means?
Oh yes. Burnout is when you feel physically and mentally exhausted because you've been working too much without enough rest. For example, I was so burned out after working on that project for weeks without a break. It's something we all need to avoid by maintaining a good balance.
Exactly. And avoiding burnout means scheduling more downtime. Do you know what downtime means?
Of course. Downtime is the time when you relax and take a break from work or any stressful activities. It's essential for recharging. For example, I always schedule downtime on weekends to spend with my family.
That's such a good practice. Having regular downtime helps me stay productive. Speaking of which, what does productivity mean?
Productivity refers to how efficiently you can complete tasks. If you're productive, you can get more done in less time. You could say, improving my productivity at work allows me to spend more time on personal activities.
Right. And sometimes people think that multitasking helps with productivity. Do you know what multitasking means?
Yes. Multitasking is when you do more than one thing at the same time. Like, I was multitasking by answering emails while attending a meeting. But studies show that multitasking can sometimes reduce focus and actually lower productivity.
That's so true. I used to multitask all the time, but now I try to prioritize my tasks. By the way, do you know what prioritize means?
Absolutely. Prioritize means deciding which tasks are the most important and doing those first. For example, I prioritize my health over extra work by going to the gym every morning.
That's a great way to live. I've also learned the importance of self-care. Do you know what that means?
Yes, self-care refers to activities that you do to take care of your physical, emotional, or mental health. It could be as simple as taking a walk, meditating, or reading a book. For example, practicing self-care regularly has improved my work-life balance.
Exactly. We need to prioritize self-care to stay healthy and avoid burnout. You know, I also heard about the term workaholic. Do you know what that is?
Oh yes, a workaholic is someone who works too much and finds it hard to stop, even when they should. It's often used in a negative way. For example, John was such a workaholic that he neglected his family.
That's a good word to know. We should definitely avoid becoming workaholics. Another word I've come across is detachment. Do you know what that means?
Yes. Detachment means distancing yourself from something, in this case, from work. It's about mentally switching off from work when you're not at the office. For instance, practicing detachment after work helps me focus on my family and personal life.
That's a really important concept. It's so easy to carry work stress home. Another thing that has helped me is practicing mindfulness. Do you know what mindfulness is?
Yes. Mindfulness means being fully present in the moment without thinking about the past or future. For example, practicing mindfulness helps me focus on the present moment and reduces my stress.
I love that. It's so helpful for reducing anxiety and staying grounded. Another term I've been thinking about is flexibility. What does that mean?
Flexibility refers to being adaptable or open to change. For example, having flexibility in my work schedule allows me to attend my daughter's school events. It's crucial for work-life balance.
Absolutely. Being flexible helps us manage unexpected situations. And lastly, let's talk about the word balance itself. How would you explain it?
Balance means having a good mix of different aspects of life, like work, family, and hobbies. For example, achieving a balance between work and personal time makes me feel happier and more fulfilled.
That's right. And I think it's something we should all strive for. It was great talking about these concepts with you, John. I hope our viewers learned some valuable new words today.
Me too. These words are so useful when discussing work-life balance in English. Let's hand it back over to David for the conclusion.
Thanks, John and Emily. That was such an informative conversation. Remember, work-life balance isn't just about splitting time equally. It's about making sure both your work and personal life are fulfilling. You've also learned some new words today that can help you discuss this topic in English. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the Speak English Fluently channel. We'll continue bringing you useful English lessons that will help you speak confidently in everyday conversations. See you next time.